So let me explain. There's like 5 COs they're going to call to explain what they seen. There's inmates that's not in the case that were either jail cellmates or people that have some type of knowledge with the people who they're accusing of trying to kill YSL Lucci that they're going to try to bring on. By the way, they've promised those dudes reduced sentence and all that type of shit. There's also, there's just so many people who they're bringing in for each and everything. Keep in mind, this RICO charge ain't because they tried to kill Lucci behind bars. It's a bunch of different things. So I'm just trying to tell you where these 300 witnesses are coming in. I keep telling y'all, I don't know why we even keep talking about the witnesses. This shit, if you ask me, only an idiot would bring this to trial. This shit is going to be resolved with a plea. And I think Thug is going to take 10 to 15, if you ask me. Respectfully. Because there's so much evidence. There's so much people. Keep in mind, you might call them snitches, but there's certain niggas that got nothing to do with this case, but they're inmate or their cellmate or they was in the jail when niggas was talking about running down on YSL Lucci, and they just that they could get some years off their time, they're down to get on the stand and be like, oh yeah, I heard that nigga say, oh yeah, we about to run down on Lucci this day. Yeah, that's what it is.
Honestly, when I first heard of the 300 thing, I thought they was talking about the label.
If you ask me, if Thug goes to trial and blows trial, he's getting 20. At least. I think they're gonna offer him 15.
Well, I think the people want to know about Gunna though, for real.
Bro, there's nobody being in this case, bro. Bro, like, there's nobody being in this case. Bro, they got too much evidence.
So you're saying Gunna wrapped up too?
Okay, play this. When you hear a RICO case, and I gotta try to break this down, like, again, I don't know, I'm not their lawyers, and I'm not the prosecutor, okay? I hear stuff, and I see stuff, and stuff is put in court documents that we all could read. I might know a little couple tricks to get a hold of it. Here's the thing with a RICO case, right? And this is the reason why I like a nigga like Shotty, and I know you might be like, oh, Shotty did a bunch of stuff. This is the reason why everybody actually took what do you call it again? They took pleas. The 300 witnesses are gonna be against Gunna too. Bro, all they have to prove, right? So here's the thing. Everybody keeps saying, oh, Gunna ain't do nothing, blah, blah. We all agree. And by the way, I think Gunna ain't really do nothing either. But the nature of the case, they got to prove 2 things. Was Gunna part of this gang? And they got mad witnesses to prove that. If they prove that, the next thing you got to prove, did anything that this gang do or Gunna's involvement in the gang was in furtherance of the gang? After that, it don't matter what you think he did. Bro, they have too much stuff on YSL. Bro, if they charge you in this shit, unless you have some type of plausible deniability to say I was never in that organization or gang, you're going to take a plea. Now, I'm not saying Gunna going to be doing like 20 years. If you ask me, by the time this case is done, it's going to be 2 to 3 years. This is me just, I'm shooting off the hip. I think 2 to 3 years before this case is done, Gunna's going to take pretty much almost time served. Unless they have him on the phone or explicitly doing or ordering something or paying for something. But regardless, the feds don't care whether you, like, if they get you locked up for 3 years and you get out on 3 years. And by the way, from what I've heard from many people who have looked at this case, they think that the feds would, or not feds, well, Fulton County would be seeking at least 5 years, the minimum, at least from Gunna. They believe with Thug, they want at least 15. That is what everybody's saying. Now, granted, I have zero idea if pleas are being offered at this time. We have not heard anything about that. By the way, I don't believe this, like, don't make anything I'm saying make y'all think that I believe, oh, these guys are guilty. The state has came with a loaded case, and they're trying to just pile on, bro. I think they have a lot on Thug. I don't think they have a lot on Gunna. But here's the problem when you do a RICO. They don't got to prove that Gunna is a shooter. They don't got to prove that Gunna's doing anything, really. All they got to say is, Gunna, you contributed to the furtherance of a gang, and this gang we know is doing violent shit. And after we prove that, you are guilty of engaging in criminal gang activity, and you will be sentenced as such. And the point I keep trying to tell y'all, who the fuck wants to go to trial when you know it's such a rarity to beat this type of, this is one of the hardest charges to beat, whether it's like state or federal. I know some of y'all thinking, oh, well, if they don't got Gunna shooting a gun or telling somebody go kill somebody, he's good. No. Keep in mind, Gunna's attorneys keep saying, yo, could we do Gunna's case independent of everybody else? Young Thug lawyers keep saying that too. Hey, could we try Young Thug by himself? Put it like this, they're going to be tried together. Okay? And number one, most of them niggas who are facing like life in prison, they're going to take a plea already. So you're just not going to look good. Your case ain't going to get separated. And if you think that they're just going to look at you and be like, yeah, all them other niggas is guilty, and all them other niggas done shot cops, killed 3 niggas. He over here been shooting niggas for like the last 4 years. He over here been pushing all type of, he ain't pushing P, he's just pushing all the drugs in the community. He shot somebody accidentally. Y'all all in the same gang, but you know what? All of y'all go to jail. Gunna, you just get out for free. If y'all think that finna happen, nigga, please.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy.
The real trial in the majority, like the real trial is the pre-trial, which is most of what's going on now. From what I'm hearing, Thug might catch a break with getting some evidence suppressed or dismissed, but it still don't make him clear out the water. Gunna, his lawyers are going to try to work miracles to try to make sure he's not on the same type of timing going into this situation, because I'm telling you, 28 niggas can't even agree on what movie to see if they all go to the movies. They can't agree on, nigga, they can't agree on chicken or fish. They can't agree on shit, my nigga. If you think 28 niggas finna go on trial at the same time and somehow one nigga's gonna come up, come on, stop it. The pretrial is going to be very important. And by the way, let me also say this, because I want people to be like, every time I talk and people try to flip my words, they'll be like, oh, no, Ike is just a hater. Bro, I'm being realistic. Now, granted, I think Gunna is getting a raw deal. You know what was told to me? Yo, they're denying Gunna's bond, saying that Gunna is either intimidating people, right? Or they're saying that ever since he's been in jail, he been in touch with other people outside of the jail to do weird shit. And they was talking about a nurse that allegedly was bringing drugs into the jail for Gunna. You know what I found out? The jail that the nurse was bringing the drugs for, and there was a note that said, oh, these are for Gunna. Gunna's not even at that jail. Think about it. So Gunna is being held off of the thought that he's having people smuggle drugs into jail for him. But the jail that the quote-unquote nurse was bringing the drugs to, Gunna's not even in.
I ain't gonna lie, that sound like the police did that shit.
Here's the funny thing. His lawyers been asking the prosecutors, yo, could we get some more info on this like nurse smuggling shit, because Gunna ain't asked for no drugs. He don't want no drugs. Like, he's not part of this. Here's the funny part. What happens when it comes to like bail and all this type of shit with this case. The judge says, the prosecutor don't got to give you no evidence. I could just judge. I could rule on this on discretion. If you're going to fight this actual, because it's a charge actually, you could fight it when we actually get to trial. But this ain't about trial right now. This is about, could he get out? Y'all are saying he's having people smuggle shit into court, into the jail. He's not at the jail. Here's the funny thing, and this is what just happened recently. The reason why they didn't, because Gunna's lawyer been saying, give us the info, give us the discovery on that we could look into it, because Gunna ain't asked for no drugs. Here's the funny thing. They never gave the discovery before every time Gunna tried to get bail. Gunna's lawyers only really figured this out after the 3 or 4 bond hearings. He already got denied. So he got denied on some shit that he ain't got nothing to do with. It's a rigged fucking system. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Bro, they're not about to have mercy on Gunna. Unfortunately, this is the problem with RICO charges. With a RICO charge, once you claim the gang, how violent the gang is, how the gang is perceived, you have to hold the weight for it, because we think Gunna ain't like that, or not like that in that sense, but Gunna ain't do all that type of shit, and we think he shouldn't be in there. They're looking at it to say, well, does he claim the gang or not? And according to them, he claims the gang. They don't give a fuck. So I'm telling y'all, Gunna is charged with allegedly having a nurse bringing drugs into a jail that he's not even at. Look, let me see if I can pull it up. 11 alive, Gunna nurse. Let me see. We can talk about it. Look. Oh. Gunna lawyer. Here we go.
Kristen Nove on behalf of Sergio Kitchens.
All right, madam.
Sergio Kitchens is Gunna.
Because for whatever reason, there's a number of things that we can't download via drop.
On that.
They're saying that Gunna's team ain't getting all the info. By the way, this guy right here, and this is what's slowing it up too, he's a head lead assistant prosecutor, so he's directly under Fonnie Willis. He got transferred, I believe, to Gwinnett County, so he's not in Fulton County no more. So he's in Gwinnett County. He took another job, and obviously everything is now slowed up, which doesn't bode well for all these guys, because they're going to be in jail for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But of course, that's how the legal system goes. They don't give a fuck about that type of shit. Look.
But they have it, and when they plan to turn it over.
Oh, here we go.
He's an advocate.
We're asking to get the court to get involved is because there's been multiple emails to the prosecutor asking specifically for this discovery on the nurse. And
the prosecutor capped about the nurse. The nurse didn't even try to deliver the fucking drugs to the you see, this is what this look, this is 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Look. 3 months ago. The prosecutor capped about the nurse. The nurse never tried to deliver it to the jail that Gunna was at. They delivered it to one jail, and they just had Gunna's name on a fucking piece of paper, and the prosecutor used that in court saying, yo, you can't let Gunna out. Gunna got people trying to get him drugs in jail. If he doing that, what would he do in the streets? This is Gunna's lawyer saying, yo, can we get some info on who this nurse is and where she's trying to bring drugs that y'all say y'all caught her? Like, we need this information. They capped it. They never told Gunna people shit.
I'll get involved if necessary, but you all.
By the way, no disrespect to the judge, but the judge ain't, you see, unfortunately, because he didn't get to trial yet, the judge could tell him, oh, well, I can't force them to provide no proof. It's really up to discretion. But put it like this, Gunna gonna sit in jail rotten until it's trial then. Look, they're asking look, here we go.
Who allegedly tried to provide some kind of contraband at the Fulton County Jail.
We're not here to argue that. I'll take up that on the 8th.
No, Your Honor, I'm not attempting to argue it. I'm just asking for the state for a status on that particular item of discovery.
Basically, she's saying, can we get some proof that there was really a nurse that was trying to deliver Gunna some drugs? Please, like, y'all are using that as a reason to not give him a bond. Could we get like some type of proof that we could look over, that we could try to give a counter to, that maybe get our client some bond? Look at this shit.
I did provide that status to Mr. Sadow. That actual recording is in the possession of a prosecutor not in Fulton County, but we have the reports that.
You hear what he's saying? Think about this. This should be a red flag. Allegedly, the nurse was delivering the drugs to Fulton County Jail, right? And Gunna's lawyer, which is this white woman right here, saying, yo, why don't we have any info on what y'all claim is like a charge that he's picked up in jail? Here was this guy says, well, the info about the charge is with a prosecutor that's not in Fulton County. That's a red flag. Wait, if he's in Fulton County Jail, why would a prosecutor outside Fulton County Jail have all the info about what happened at a Fulton County Jail? The judge doesn't even bat an eye. He's just like, oh yeah, I agree with you. Look.
Discuss the statement. We're getting the physical copy, and I told Mr. Sadow we'd provide it as soon as it's in our possession.
Yeah. We told Gunna's lawyer, we'll provide it as soon as it's in our possession. You know what I mean? You'll never get it. You'll never get it. That's what it means. Look. Oh, we told Gunna's lawyer, we'll provide it when we get it, but we don't got it right now. You know what that means? You ain't never getting it.
And that remains our answer.
Okay.
And as for the nurse, if we could get a status on that.
I think he's told you what he has right now. So I mean, both of you all have an ongoing duty to supplement if you opt in. So I'll leave you all to do that. You all are very seasoned advocates. I'll get involved if necessary, but you all just need to kind of.
The only reason why we're asking the court to get involved.
Say again?
I said the reason why we're asking the court to get involved is because there's been multiple emails to the prosecutor asking specifically for this discovery on the nurse, and the state has still
Who the nurse?
Not told us if they have it and when they plan to turn it over, if it's even possible. I can get it today. We've got the hard drive. We're ready to go. We need that information.
Okay, Ms. Novi, I invite you to file a motion, and in the absence of that, I believe Mr. Geary has indicated to you that he'll go ahead and at the conclusion of this, see if you can go ahead and get those other issues of discovery. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
And Your Honor, John Garland from Mr. Kitchens. This is just a point of clarification. You know, you had ordered that we had 60 days from discovery to file our motions. And I'm just not quite sure when that clock starts running, given that we've been given a little discovery, but it's clearly not even close.
Yo, let me tell you this. Them prosecutors ain't letting them niggas out of jail for nothing, nigga. And the judge rocking with these prosecutors, nigga. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. So, let me tell you what these 300 witnesses are, right? As I said, they're having, oh yeah, we have 5 We have 5 COs who want to testify. We have 2 inmates for this one person who could say they heard or overheard a plan to go stab YFN Lucci. It's a bunch of whatever. They have like 30 experts that's supposedly gang experts that could kind of prove that certain type of activity or certain type of conversations via the phone or gang hieroglyphics mean they're in YSL. It's a bunch of fluff. And the reason why they coming with the 300 witnesses is for 2 reasons. They're still trying to push this back because in reality, like, there's murders really in this shit. But to connect everybody, the snitches are going to be important. They still turning a few niggas, so they don't want to go to trial immediately. They're trying to delay it a little bit. And secondly, the longer they delay it, the longer these guys are going to be in jail because nobody's getting out. The more likely niggas are going to just fall into pleas. And once they get some of the top guys to fall into pleas, it's going to look stupid for anybody else to go to trial. Keep in mind, again, I hate to bring up this Treyway shit, but once they had 6ix9ine telling, everybody took a plea. Shotty, everybody else took a plea except the dudes who kidnapped him. And they only didn't take a plea for that because really, even though they were in the superseding indictment, they felt they could beat that charge and they still didn't beat it because 6ix9ine was on the fucking stand singing like a canary. You know what I mean? Him. Like, yo, the driver was there. Shit, they had like undercover. They had all type of people. So, again, if you ask me, I would be shocked beyond belief if this goes to an actual trial where people got to sit in court. They're showing a little bit of their hand to say, if it takes that, we'll bring 300 people to convince a fucking jury that y'all niggas are gang members that been doing crime. Y'all sure y'all want to do this? That's them just kind of like, I'm not saying bluffing, but just showing these niggas like, bro, we ready to send y'all niggas to jail. How about y'all just holler at us? Y'all get a plea. Y'all get some time off. And instead of us putting your ass in for 25, maybe you could get 15. That's what they on. That's what they on. So I know everybody be like, oh yeah, Thug, bro. I'd be surprised if they let Thug out, Gunna out with anything below 5. I think Thug gets 10 to 15, probably 15. I think they're trying to give him 20. And I think Gunna gets 5. Gets 5. He got to do 85%. That's about 3.5. Shit. In a blink, he gonna be locked up for a year already. So I mean, he'll be out for maybe like 2.5 years. Shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you think about how quickly time passes, and I'm not trying to say like jail is good or nothing like that. I'm not saying that, but just being realistic, bro. What's my man's name? Pooh Shiesty finna be out like in like 2 years. I know he's been gone a long time, but bro, in a heartbeat he'll be back. You know what I mean? And at least them niggas got their real nigga card, I guess. You know what I mean? They could come back like, yo, I never snitched, whatever. All right, bet. Cool.
I mean, how'd that work out for Bobby?
I feel you on that one. I ain't gonna lie, I do feel you on that one.
You mean?